guys.
I would just like to welcome all of you to our 5th annual Locks of Love. This is one of my favorite traditions that we have here at Caldwell College High School. We're happy to see that we have parents and family members joining us today, as well as some special guests. We have Mr. Darrell Pennell from the Chairman of the Board of Ed, as well as Dottie Darcy, so we're glad you're joining us today for this event. I'm going to turn this show over to important people to my right, but as I'd like for everybody to enjoy this experience today. This is one of my very, very, very favorite days of the year, and I hope all of you enjoy it as well as we do.
Much better, thank you. Part of this day is also to recognize those students that have participated in this event in the past. So one thing that we've done to honor those students is that we've recognized them with their names on stars on these windows right there. And as well as we'd like for you to stand up if you donated for us in the past or have donated anywhere your hair for this cause. So if you'd please stand up. Thank you. I also want to mention that we have many other donors, previous donors, that aren't able to be with us today because they are in college class. So let's give them a big round of applause. One of the things that I think that makes this special for those students that donate their hair is that we have real hairstylists available to them after the cut. So I want to recognize those hairstylists. That would be Tracy Hedrick, Tina Pope, and Lori Scott. If you guys would stand up so we can thank you. All right, so with no further ado, Mrs. Bowler.
I know you're excited to get things rolling, so we have a lot of special things planned for you today. We want to just talk about some of the colors that we have in this room. Those of you that have participated in Locks of Love before know that pink and red and white are our colors because of the activities we do after the donors get their hair cut. But we also have some special colors today mixed in with our normal colors, and that is purple and green. And we just wanted to honor both of those colors today. The purple stands for Allison Cooper. Many of you this year have bought bracelets that said all for Allison, and Allison's one of our family. She is physical science teacher Josh Cooper's little girl, and she is still continuing her fight. So let's honor her. And also today, the lime green, which I think adds beautiful color to our balloon arch, is the lime green is standing for the fight for Madeline Bauer's mother, Cynthia, fighting with lymphoma. So thank you so much for honoring those people and for continuing to support them in all that's going on in their lives. Today we are going to stand for cancer, and we're going to show that we are supporting that and we are a part of this fight Many of you have relatives and friends that have endured this struggle, and we want to make sure that we talk about that and that we all are, have a good experience today, and that it shouldn't be sad, but instead should honor those lives. Today, we want to start off with an awesome pep rally and get this thing going. So I hope you're ready to drum roll and stomp and clap and do all those things, because that's what we want to happen. So I know you can be loud, but you're never loud when I want you to be. So I want you to be loud today. So Michael Smith is going to hit the music. We're going to get a banner out that's pretty awesome, and I hate we're going to tear it down, but we're going to tear it down. We're going to rip that thing down. So if we could have our helpers get out here, get this banner going. If you can start cheering for our donors. Show a video real fast to get you going and get you thinking about this, because we are all in this together. And parents and teachers are standing up for that challenge. They're taking that challenge today, and today we are going to be that army behind this. So today I want you to get excited, get pumped up, because we're bringing up our first people up on the stage, and we want to make sure that we honor them the right way. So if you would, let's bring up Katie Bast. All right, you can't be this quiet. You're going to have to yell. You have to make it earn it. is Stephanie Mattingly. This is Miss Kirby's daughter. Let's bring her up. She is donating her hair to Gloria Kirby, her grandmother, and Katrina Wallace, a co-worker who both are breast cancer survivors. Let's cheer her on. You people aren't loud enough today. Let's cheer. Next up is Samantha Ducharme. Bring her up. Samantha says, to everyone who has cancer, in hopes that you never forget who you are no matter what. And she's honoring Karen. Thank you. Let's give her a hand. Here we go. Oh, you need some scissors. Next up, Alana Fox. Alana says she's had many people in her family pass away from cancer and watched them lose their hair. Now she wants to dedicate her donation to people that have had the same experience. She hopes her hair helps them become more confident in the way that they look. Let's give her a hand. Freshmen are the loudest. Get loud back there. Cheer well, keep it going. All right, let's go. Keep cheering. One more, let's get one. Next up, Kathleen Harness. Kathleen is donating her hair. She's giving it away so that every girl can feel beautiful. Let's give her a hand. That's Jordan Hartong's mom. Let's bring her up. All right, are we ready? All right. Kim Hartong is donating her hair today for all those in their fight against cancer. Here we go. Let's cheer her up. This is James and Sherman's mom. Bring her up. She is donating her hair in memory of James and Sherman Davidson's Uncle Philip. Last month he lost his battle with brain cancer. People who are fighting cancer can't grow their own hair, but she can. So she hopes that her hair will be a blessing and an encouragement for someone struggling with cancer. Let's give her a hand. Oh, get ready, Caitlin Long! Caitlin says her hair has been her security blanket for as long as she can remember. It's something that she can hide behind, and it's also something that has made her different and special. People with cancer have lost many of their security blankets. By sharing hers, she hopes to renew their sense of comfort and feeling special. Many people in her life have been touched by cancer and other conditions, whether they have passed on or are currently in her life today. This is for them. Let's give her a hand. Rebecca Nava. Rebecca contacted us last night and the last minute decided to cut her hair. She said she felt bad and decided to cut her hair because it'll grow back and theirs won't. So let's give her a hand. She might be last. Look at all the people coming up here to cut hair. I only have 3 scissors. You got to take turns. Here we go. Here we go. Donna McGee says this is in honor of her wonderful friend Mary Beth, who faced breast cancer with courage and determination and continues to work tirelessly to teach children every day, and also her friend Annette, who faced breast cancer with humor and strength and never complained and continued to be an inspiration to all around her. This is to her wonderful family, her Aunt Sue, Nikki, and to her grandfather, her friends. Bless them, and in honor of their violent fight against this disease. Violent fight against this disease. I ruin things. All right, let's get going. Here we go. Let's cheer them on. I can't give money or prizes, but I can give my hair. It isn't the prettiest and it doesn't have magical powers, but it's all I have. I give all I have in hopes that those people that are afflicted with these diseases will give all they have and win their battles. And she says some Spanish, which makes me proud. She says, adios, pelo largo. And then we have Cody Johnson. Cody says, cancer is something that has affected my life in many ways. Recently, it seems like everyone I know is getting diagnosed with cancer. I'm dedicating my hair to all of them, specifically to my great-grandmother, Betty Jo Gunner, my great-grandfather, Jim Gunner, and to my grandfather, Gary Johnson. And we also have Regina Childress, Katie's mom, and she says, I want to give my hair to the people who need it. I don't need it, and I hope that they can use it. Let's cheer all three of these wonderful people. On the stage, one of our fifth years. Our only fifth year. Bring her up. All right. David Tate, get on up here and cut her hair. Here we go. She says she She hopes that her hair can make a woman or a girl feel they can make this journey that has entered their life a little easier. She hopes it can help them feel more confident than they already are. She says she could not imagine my world turned upside down by a horrible disease. I hope my small contribution to a wonderful life can make them feel better on the outside and the inside. I would like to dedicate mine to my grandmother. Let's cheer her on. Today too. Are you ready? Emerald Franklin. Let's shave it. Let's shave it. Let's shave it. Okay, moving on. All right, here we go. Look at this. What you got there? You need scissors? You say it sharpened them. Are you noticing this? It's a good trend. All right, here we go. Last one, so give it all you got. I also did not read for Emerald Franklin, so let me read that real fast. She wants to dedicate her hair in honor of the bravest little girl and newfound hero of the CECHS family. here a round of applause. Now we're letting them head up so that they can begin having their hair cut. And we are going to continue with our ceremony. Cancer is a time to claim authority and to speak up. These people have the power of choice about the doctors who treat them, the treatments they provide, and how they will affect them, and their long-term prospects, and pointing out that cancer is just a word. It reminds us that we can decide how we will respond to it, and that we are free to move through all it brings with gratitude and with love. Ultimately, the experience of cancer can motivate patients and their loved ones to help others at the community, and even at the nationwide level. We have even seen students today motivated to stand up against cancer and support the fight. I am sure there are people in this room that have been affected by cancer, and if you would, please stand if you have a loved one or if anyone in your family or any of your friends that have been affected by cancer. Cancer can't cripple love. It can't shatter hope. It can't corrode faith. It can't eat away peace. It can't destroy confidence. It can't kill friendships. It can't shut out memories. It can't silence courage. It can't invade the soul. It can't reduce life, and it can't quench the spirit. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me here today. This is awesome. I was excited to be here, but now I'm like, yeah, this is cool, you know? I am honored to celebrate with you as you give something so personal, just because you can, to give some sort of normalcy to someone who may not have any at this time. I am a survivor. I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic inflammatory breast cancer on August 25th, 2009. 2 years, 5 months, 16 days ago, but who's counting? We were recent transplants to Caldwell County, which we now consider our home. We have a precious little boy who was 3 years old at the time, and a sweet baby girl who was only 6 months old when a lump popped up on my right breast. At first I thought, well, maybe it's just some kind of fibroid or clogged duct or something, since I had just had a baby 6 months earlier. But I remember the weekend before I went to the doctor, just breaking down, knowing that this was not something that could be taken care of with some antibiotics. I went to the doctor that Monday where they initially were going to put me on antibiotics until I told them that my grandmother had died from breast cancer that had gone to her brain, which is when they recommended that I get a mammogram the following day. They apparently saw something on that mammogram as they recommended that I get an ultrasound that same day. After the radiologist came in and looked, he said, "Unfortunately, I do not have good news for you. I am 99.9% sure you have breast cancer." I couldn't believe it. Of course, I started crying as 1,000 things were going through my mind. I was like, I have a little boy who's only 3 years old and a little girl who's only 6 months old. What am I going to do? I was completely devastated. The next step was for me to have a PET scan and a breast MRI to see if I'm going to drink this water, y'all. This chemo, it makes my mouth dry. The breast cancer had spread outside of my breast. The following week, I had a port put in my chest so that when I would have treatments, my veins wouldn't get burned up. I got the results of my scan, and they were that the cancer had spread to 4 places on my liver, 2 tumors on my lung, in my shoulder bones, at least 10 tumors in my right breast, and in 2 lymph nodes. I was overwhelmed with all this information of being diagnosed with stage 4 because it was in major organs, metastatic because it had spread beyond my breast, inflammatory because of the way that it was showing itself as swollen breast cancer. I have to tell you that the words that God has given me and continue to give me gave me a peace, as the doctors were basically thinking that this cancer, because it had spread so far into my major organs, would take my life very soon. I then started 6 months of heavy chemo every 3 weeks with a big cocktail, is what we called it. We had a couple bags, but we called it a cocktail just to be fun, I guess, whatever. Where I would be at the doctor for about 5 to 6 hours, and then in the weeks between, I had smaller treatments of about 30 minutes. In the very beginning of all this, there would be times that I would sometimes daydream about my life before this crazy diagnosis. And many times, I would just want to get better and think, oh, I cannot wait to get back to my old self again. But you know what God tells us in Isaiah 43:18 through 19? Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland. I love that. I mean, I would have never thought, okay, my new life would be that it would be one hemmed in with cancer, at least at the time. But God doesn't say, okay, you've been diagnosed with this awful disease. It's time to stop living. No, he says we have a new thing, and we should look forward to it. So as we started this chemo, we knew we needed to tell our little boy, who was 3 at the time, that my hair was going to fall out. Since that would be quite obvious, as my hair had never been shorter than my shoulders in my entire life. So I took him out on the back porch, and I sat down with him and said that I was sick, and then I had some medicine I had to take, and that Mommy's hair was going to fall out, but it would be okay because I was going to get a wig, and we could go find some fun hats and scarves. And he said, but Mommy, can't we just pick it up and put it back on? And that was kind of hard to hear. In fact, I didn't realize how important having hair was to my children until one night my son was taking a bath, and I put my wig on, and I went in to check on him, and he said, look, my Mommy's back. He has prayed ever since for me to get better and for my hair to grow back, and I must say it's grown back pretty quickly. I guess God is giving him the desire of his little heart. It was and is such a roller coaster of emotion, but God is always faithful in his timing. Towards the end of my 6 months of heavy chemo was around Christmas, my baby girl's very first Christmas, and I remember moments during that Christmas where there were tears shed of me thinking, is this my last Christmas? Or here I am bald at Carrington's first Christmas, not being able to play with my kids because I am so weak and have to rest so much. In fact, at night when I was able to go check on my little girl, the way that she knew that it was me is she would feel the top of my head, and if she felt bald, she knew it was Mommy. Well, I just had to get over myself up in that crazy pity party, because once it starts going, it gets snowballing into craziness. It's so not about me anyways. God reminded me not to lose focus of who I'm living for while he allows me to be here. But even in our feeling sorry for ourselves, God sends his encouragement in his word if we are looking for it in the right places. I pray I do not lose sight of where to look for encouragement, not in the world, but in his word. I know we'll all die someday, but friends, I'm going to a place of celebration when it's time. But the desire of my heart is hopefully to spend some more time here with my family before I go. God has the final say, and we need not worry about when that is going to happen, because that steals away the time that we have today to be with our family and to live for him. So the scan results after the 6 months of heavy chemo were that they could not find any cancer in me at all. The 4 tumors on my liver, gone. The 2 tumors on my lung, gone. The 10 tumors in my breast, gone. The cancer in my shoulder bone, gone. And no signs of cancer in my lymph nodes. The doctors did not know what to do, as they expected my cancer to stay the same or to get worse. I believe that God used that chemo, and he healed me like he promised he would from the very beginning. God had a reason for all this, and he has put me on this journey for a reason. Well, I guess not this journey, but my journey that he has always intended for me to walk. Some people may say, oh, it was just the chemo. But I believe that God decided to use that chemo to heal me. It's all about him. So my doctors could not find any cancer in me, and they took my case to a tumor board, which is a group of doctors who talk about your case. Probably did some eye rubbing, because in a doctor's world, in the scientific world, some don't believe in miracles. And they decided to do a single mastectomy and remove 28 lymph nodes, followed by about 6 weeks of radiation. I ended up having to live at Duke for 6 weeks during the week of radiation. And as I look back on it now, the only way I made it through was in him, because I cannot stand being away from my kids just to run a few errands. I for sure lived for the weekends during this time. I had another PET scan a year ago in January 2011 where they found a spot in my left shoulder bone that they thought was cancer reoccurrence. So they did not want to take me off my Herceptin treatment that I was going to be scheduled to take for the rest of my life. They had me wait 3 months to see what happened in my shoulder. So we were kind of walking the tightrope with this Herceptin and my heart strength, as the Herceptin causes your heart to become weaker. I have to tell you that the reoccurrence has stressed me out a bit, especially as April was coming up, where I would have another scan that could possibly change my life. It could be worse, the same, or gone. So my PET scan last April showed that the cancer in my shoulder had grown over a period of 3 months. So my doctor spoke with different doctors about options. One could be radiation, but the radiation is only normally done if you're having problems with your shoulders, and my cancer is right under here, and it's not causing me any problems at all. The second would be surgery, but if they did surgery, they would have to cut my entire shoulder bone off, and I would lose complete loss of my left arm. Or they could do heavy chemo again, where my hair would fall out again, and I would be sick again for another 6 months, which looked like the option to go with. We even explained to Micah that my hair was probably going to fall out again. But my Duke doctor found a clinical trial that I would be eligible for, and the trial was in Hickory. I asked when I needed to come back to see him, and he said as long as my cancer stays the same, then I don't have to. That is so exciting to me, y'all, because the time that I was spending traveling to Duke, I can now spend with my family. If that alone wasn't exciting enough, when I was randomly chosen in the trial, I got the new drug, the Super Herceptin, which is supposed to help with the spread of the cancer. The reason that I have to take this new drug, or this Herceptin, is because I'm HER2 positive, which is normal cancer cells send out a few signals saying to spread, 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 but mine is about 100 times more than that. And this is the reason that I have to be on chemo for the rest of my life. It is a little crazy sometimes to think about being on chemo for the rest of my life every 3 weeks, but I'm so thankful that God has really protected me this far and will continue to, no matter the outcome. My scans that I've been having here with the trial were coming back stable every 6 weeks, and I was praising God in that, coming to the realization that I just may have this cancer in my shoulder forever. And then my scan this past November showed my first decrease in almost a year, and my heart actually got stronger on its heart weakening drug. How great is our God? Of course, I would love for it not to be there, but I'm reminded what God tells us in 2 Corinthians 12, 7 through 10, the Message. Because of the extravagance of those revelations, and so I wouldn't get a big head, I was given the gift of a handicap, the gift, to keep me in constant touch with limitations. Satan's angels did his best to get me down. What he in fact did was push me to my knees. No danger then of walking around high and mighty. At first I didn't think of it as a gift and begged God to remove it. 3 times I did that, and then he told me, my grace is enough. It's all you need. My strength comes in to its own in your weakness. Once I heard that, I was glad to let it happen. I quit focusing on the handicap and began appreciating the gift. It was a case of Christ's strength moving in on my weakness. Now I take limitations in stride and with good cheer. These limitations that cut me down to size, abuse, accidents, opposition, bad breaks, I just let Christ take over, and so the weaker I get, the stronger I become. So this is my journey so far, continuing to walk and sometimes having to be carried by the one I serve. Not only do those of us fighting get through this by our faith, but by knowing we have friends and family and community and prayer warriors and groups such as Locks of Love, where people of all ages are willing to give themselves in such a sacrificial way. We thank you for your love, your support, and your donation.
We want to give everybody in this room a chance to participate in this. So our teachers all have buckets that have pink, white, and red slips of paper in them. We are going to be making a chain of remembrance, and Mr. Smith has a little sign up on the board so that you can see what you're going to be doing. You may need multiple slips of paper. So for any breast cancer survivors, that's a loved one of yours, You'll write their name, on one pink slip of paper. So if you have more than one name, you'll need more than one pink slip of paper. For red, it's any cancer survivors. And also white is for in memory of. So you can take as many slips as you need. You should have pens and pencils around you, and you may go ahead and write those names in on those slips, and we will create a giant chain that will go in here into our cafeteria.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm having to do it shorter because this side over here was not even, it was not even at all.
Got about 2.5 inches difference. Do you want to go with this, or do you want me to angle it?
Did you get done yet? No.
No. Look at it. You want me to have this hairstyle?
How does it feel?
Short. Feels great. Oh no, take a picture.
Wait, I'm doing video.
Oh, you're doing a video.
Yeah.
Did you record the whole ceremony?
Pretty much.
The word cancer can make you feel very helpless. We've seen some gifts today, folks giving very, very personal gifts of their hair. Miss Pete giving the very personal gift of her story and the inspiration and courage that she shares with us today. But it's easy to sit there and to remember the ones that you've lost and to remember the ones that you know right now are fighting and feel helpless. And I want to say to you, there are things that you can do right now, this hour, this day, every day of your life. Make a choice for your life to mean something. Don't waste it. Don't waste one day. Some of you may be on your way to discovering a cure or something that will help a cure for cancer. Some of you may be on your way to becoming a diplomat that will find a way to bring some peace to so many places where there's war and death every day. Some of you may find a way to help us finally marshal the wonderful resources we have so that there won't be one hungry person or one person who doesn't have medical care in our country or in the whole world. There are big things that you can use your life for, but there are small things too. You all know from the service you've done that you don't have to wait till you're old to make a difference. A word of kindness, a compliment, a sign of respect, understanding, an act of forgiveness. Every day, that will make a difference in someone's life, and it will ripple out. The kindness you share, the love that you can show, the compassion that you can give every day will multiply and will affect millions of people. So if you want to honor someone that you've lost, if you want to honor someone who's fighting for their life, then don't waste a minute of yours.
really about time to send people back upstairs to their classes and for juniors to go to lunch. I just want to say thank you to everyone for making this day so special, for everyone that helped out with anything to create this day and to decorate for this day and prepare and organize this day. So thank you so much, and I thank you to Catherine Peak for all that she did and for speaking to us, for all of our visitors, and also for all of you for participating today and being a part of this special ceremony. We would like to send the freshmen back up